And we're recording. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to another night of El Paso by Night. So, do I have you guys set on the title page? I do. All right. We don't have everybody in the Roll20 yet.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of remember that.
Okay.
I'm delayed access right now.
I don't have my sound playing. Are you playing now? Yes. You're really quiet, but you're playing. There we go. Okay. So, let's move on to our little
Success.
recap. Success! I got some music playing. Oh, well, I put you guys there, but I didn't put me there. There we go. Establishment Episode 3, which I think is going to be the last episode to our little introductory story to the new setting, to the 20 years later. So, here we are. Just 2 weeks ago, Jack, Mila, Jessica, and Hector were made into an official coterie, the Spines of the Cactus, Watchmen of the Kindred of El Paso, a coterie combined with the resources of both the Camarilla and Anarch forces of the city, meant to work outside of the politics and protect Kindred society from those that would destroy it, namely the Sabbat, the Lupines, and the Second Inquisition. And now every Kindred in the city has eyes on them. Last night they raided a home in northeast El Paso. According to investigations, it was a Sabbat safe house. The joint venture brought out the Camarilla Sheriff Alex, as well as the primary enforcer for both of the Anarch Barons, Enriquez and two Jacks. It starts with gunfire. There were 3 ghouls protecting the house, and they were dispatched quickly. In the basement, a fledgling vampire was shackled to the wall, merely days old, and he had not been fed. Someone was breaking him, but so far there's been no reason as to why. The man's name is Craig, and for the time being, the Spines of the Cactus have claimed him. In addition, Mila found evidence of a supernatural being other than Kindred, and with Craig's help, has reasonably assumed it to be a Lupine. Are the Lupines and the Sabbat working together, or is this a single incident? There's still more to learn. Mila and Hector spent the rest of the night watching the house, waiting for the Sabbat to return to it, but they never did. Jack and Jessica, with Krieg in tow, went to the Crusty Nipple to meet Cynthia Villarreal, the Toreador Fremigen. But by the time they arrived, she had already left. She did leave behind her personal assistant, Nathan, to discuss the opportunity she wanted to present. According to Nathan, she had already purchased the dingy bar and hourly motel next to it. She plans to turn the bar around, bring in new business, and make it a place in their territory where they may actually be able to hunt. She also offered to close down the motel, leaving it vacant, and a place for them to use as a haven and prison, should that need arise. Jessica and Jack helped Krieg feed from a live victim, teaching him the importance of the masquerade, and then Jessica took Craig to her apartment for the day, where he could rest someplace at least moderately safe. So here we are. The next night, and I want everybody to make a rouse check.
How do you do
Okay, so...
I got hungry.
Yep, then raise your hunger. At the bottom of your character sheet, the bottom left is a little button that says Rouse, and you want to click that.
So there's tabs under the tab, the core. That's core, Chronicle, Blood and XP. It's under the core.
Yeah, it's under the core.
Oh, it's in the sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the sheet near the very bottom left corner.
My,
Wow.
that?
Voice mod.
I will fix it.
I don't know if I want you to fix it.
rouse.
Make a rouse
It's
check.
in the stats.
All right, so
It's on the bottom left corner of the sheet on the core page. There you
Oh.
go.
there you go.
You do
That one?
not get hungrier, so you stay at 1. I think you're at 1. Hector got hungrier. Jessica got hungrier.
Yeah, no, we got Krieg down to 1.
All right. So those of you that failed, go ahead and bump up your hunger. And okay.
Normal now.
Also, before we start, I want to do something that I thought of. I want, not counting Craig, I want each of you to roll just one die at random, and whoever rolls the highest, I have a situation for you. That ain't Jack, probably.
Rolls one die.
Yeah, just one die.
Everyone.
Yeah.
You said everyone.
Everybody except for
Yep, just you now. Seven.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so
Of
we'll
course,
do that
Hector.
when we get to Hector. Then we'll do Hector. Okay, so our first scene.
That's what she
opens
said, by the way.
Yeah. So our first scene is Craig waking up. Where did you fall asleep? On the couch?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay, so Craig, you wake up sore, hungry, stiff. Your whole body still hurts. And your arms, your legs, all of your muscles, they're moving really slow. Like it takes extra effort. And then they, as you start to wake up, the movement gets better. But when you first wake up, everything is stiff and it doesn't want to move and it fights you. So you stretch, you work it out, and then you get full mobility back. And it's about that time that you notice your heart isn't beating anymore. Last night, before you went to sleep, your heartbeat had slowed. You were only getting 1 or 2 beats a minute, but it's still beat. Now you're not getting anything. It doesn't seem that Jessica's awake yet.
So it's nighttime? So they wake up at night, right?
Yep.
It feels like nighttime. You don't
Oh,
see
okay.
any light, like, trying to come in.
I guess I would kind of like. Hey,
She probably
Jessica,
has a clock
you-
somewhere.
you up yet?
It's about 7 o'clock. Oh wait, it's like friggin'
Okay.
September. It's about 8:30. Is it getting dark? When does it get dark right now? Like 8:30?
Not till 8 at least.
Yeah, it's about 8:30 you wake up, and Jessica's not up yet.
Oh, okay, so I get
Yes,
up
you-
and try
you
to
called for her?
get used
She
to
doesn't
moving my
answer.
body.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'll get up and just try to move a little, look around.
Are they sleeping at the gym?
No, they're at
No,
Jessica's
they're at
apartment.
Jessica's place.
Oh, that's right. They left the gym. So say, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's let me guess. Or she can describe to you the living room area. Go for it.
It's just very simple. It looks like something from being as she kind of grew up in stuff late 80s, so she kind of got stuck there. As far as like the furnishings and whatnot, but it's not a very big apartment. It's kind of like one of those ones where the kitchen just rolls into the living room and just a simple bedroom off to the side.
So it's kind of like a studio.
Well, it does have a bedroom.
more like a
so
small
it's
one-bedroom.
It's a one bedroom.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, if I'm hungry, I guess I would probably go to the fridge and just hope that there's something to do, something to eat.
Is there any food in the fridge?
No,
No.
I don't even keep blood bags. That's my list thing.
Yeah. You wouldn't know where to get them.
Yeah. Hmm. What happened? I just lost connection.
I still hear you.
Okay, I can hear you again.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Did we lose Sestonn?
No,
I
I'm
keep
here.
losing.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Oh, cool.
I keep losing audio.
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Having no problems
Oh shit,
either.
I pushed the wrong button. Go back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
You guys
but
can
no,
hear me?
I really
Then
I don't
we're
have
good.
anything
Okay.
in there.
Okay. Yep, there's nothing in the fridge.
Okay. I guess I would go check on the door, see if I'm free to leave.
Just a second, I screwed up my page, so I'm trying to fix it. Everybody watching on the recording is like, what the hell happened? Yeah, what happened is that Seston is stupid and clicked the button. And now he's trying to put it back and it didn't want to
Yeah.
go back. Okay, reloading Roll20. It should work. It's taking its sweet time because I got too many things running. All right, we're good. Okay. Sorry about that. Continue. Yep, there's no food in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Well, he went to. I went to go. I'm gonna go check to see if the door's open. Like if I can just leave.
Jessica, here's a question real quick. Did
Hmm.
you bring the cat into the bedroom with you before you closed the door?
I sleep with my door open so the cat has
Okay.
free reign of the house.
All right, so you did not lock the cat in your room in case he
No.
woke up before you.
No.
Okay. You don't see the cat though.
I have a feeling I'm gonna regret that. Okay.
You don't see the cat. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I
Okay, so you open the door?
it's not gonna like run out when he opens the door. Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah. You open the door, and yeah, it's dark outside. It's dark. It's quiet.
So do I see things differently, or is it?
Everything looks exactly the same. You don't have better night vision
All
or
right.
anything.
So I guess I'll. Yeah.
I think. What?
So, but it's still in the basic area where.
The what?
Yeah. No, I don't think I have any like abilities or attributes that had to do with senses. But I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm checking. Eyes of the Beast. I don't think let you see it in the dark. Right. It's neat that you have completely different powers than everybody else, so we get to learn them all. Let me check and
Mhm.
make sure, because if it does, then maybe that'll start activating on its own. Okay. Supernatural red gleam in their eyes, giving them sight even in total absence of light. Okay, so yeah, you step
Ooh.
outside and it's dark.
I
So yeah, it's dark, and then as you're looking out, things kind of seem to brighten. Like you have a better sense of night vision. It started dark, and then it went to where you could see more clearly. Things brightened for you. You know it's dark, but you could see better in the dark.
yeah. So I guess I'm gonna just start walking and try to get my bearings. See if I can figure out how to get home from here.
Okay. I don't know where Jessica lives. You probably have at least a
Yeah.
few miles walk to get home.
Yeah, but it's also good to like get the legs moving, try to figure
Yeah.
out how everything moves.
All right. Well, once you get
I mean,
onto
he
the
was
main
just dead for
street,
the first time.
yeah, once you get, close to the main street, then you recognize where you are. And yeah, it's probably going to be about an hour walk to get to your house.
All right, so I guess I'll just start walking.
Okay. And they
Or
never
wait,
saw
would I be
Craig
closer
again.
to the
What? Would you get
Oh
closer
no,
to
I
what?
was gonna say would I be closer to the gym or to my place? But I don't think
You
we
are
have like a
closer
map
to the
that's set.
gym.
Okay, I guess I would try to go to theirs because at least I know somebody from the gym.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to take you about half an hour to get to the gym. Yeah. Half an hour to 45-minute walk to get to the gym. It's kind of close to your house, but it's closer to here. Okay. Jessica wakes up in a little while. Hungrier.
Mm.
You wake up, you stretch, force your blood to start moving, and there's less of it. You hate that feeling. So hungry. And you sit up, and you see your alternate self in the mirror. I'm so hungry. And you force yourself to go away, looking away. You know she's there. She's always there. The hungrier you are, the more pronounced she is. But right now, she's easy to tone down.
Okay.
This is the beast. Everybody senses their beast in one way or another, and you've all gotten used to yours. Yours seems to appear to you in mirrors.
Yes.
Still looks exactly like you. And she just speaks to you inside your head. Her lips move, and matching the words, but it's inside your head, you're pretty sure. There's no voice coming out of the mirror. Well, you get up,
Okay.
go in the other room. Craig is gone. Did you close the door or did you leave it open?
Craig.
I think he probably closed the door. He didn't sound that aloof.
Yeah, no, I kind of thought that was automatic.
Well, I wasn't sure how aloof you wanted to keep playing it.
I don't know. You seem kind of pretty mesmerized by just the outdoors, so
Mhm.
I wasn't sure if you close it or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you for being courteous enough to close it.
Yeah. Well, he's not here.
Yeah. So yeah,
You
I
don't
start
know how long
looking
ago he woke up.
around. So yeah, so I start looking around the apartment. Open, just double check any hiding spots if he's hiding.
No,
Check
you're not
the
finding him anywhere.
patio.
Nope.
Open the door. Put my head outside. Yell for Craig.
He's too far.
Oh shit. Okay.
You woke up
So
like
I think I need to call
he's
Jack.
probably just getting to the gym about the time that you wake up. The lower your humanity, the later you wake up. And those who are just embraced tend to hold their humanity 8 for at least a couple of weeks.
Okay.
If you guys remember, you guys woke up before your babysitters. Okay, you
That's
call
true.
Jack?
Yeah, I'm calling Jack.
Okay. We'll change scenes to Jack. Jack woke up about 20 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago. Your wife is in the other room watching TV. Where are your kids? Have have they all moved on?
Um.
Do any of them still live at home?
Uh.
Is your youngest in college still?
God, I think my youngest is at least 20.
Yeah,
Let's
So
see.
probably.
How far was our time jump? 20 years?
20. Yes,
Mhm.
It was 20 years? 24, 22, 20.
20.
Yeah, they're all out. They're all. I mean, okay, my youngest may be staying at school, right? Like, maybe staying in the house right now, Jack Jr., while he's going to college,
All right, so
assuming he's in college.
he's going to university. To University of Texas El Paso. So he's still living at
Okay.
home, and the other two have the your daughter has an apartment somewhere, and
Hmm.
your oldest son probably also has an apartment somewhere. Is he
Maybe.
married yet?
I would say no. And
Okay.
consider um, it's like what, 9 o'clock or
Hmm.
maybe or earlier. I doubt is Jack, my youngest son, is being 20 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know something.
What's that?
Why did you wait for boy number 2 to name him Jack Jr.?
Well, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. It's complicated, but
It was probably the wife's name the first
yeah.
time.
Well,
Um. Okay.
it's actually
So.
reversed. It's actually the opposite. It's
Uh,
actually that she wanted to name she wanted to name Tim Jack, and then I was like, nah. And then we settled on Tim, and then the second time around, she was like, all right, how about now? I was like, fine, whatever. Um, so
Okay.
it was, yeah.
yeah.
But
So
anyway,
the phone call hasn't come through yet.
yeah.
So yeah, your wife is in the other room watching TV. You can hear the TV on. It's not on very loud, but it's on. Other than that,
Okay.
the house is quiet. You miss that. You miss having your family around.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I just look at myself in the mirror and just.
You look exactly the same way you did when Miguel took your life.
Yep. Vampire facial hair, right?
They do not. If you had facial hair when you were killed, you have it now.
Yep.
Makes it
So
really hard
just
to
got
grow a
eternal.
beard, but you can still shave daily. But if you were clean shaven when you were killed, you ain't never gonna have a beard.
So if I had like 5 o'clock shadow when I was killed, will that continuously come back?
Yes, yes, it will. Every
Just
single
I
day.
wake up and I just see my 5 o'clock shadow. I'm like, I'm shaving it again.
Yep.
Um,
Every day for
almost
20
almost
years.
as like a ritual that sort of keeps me connected though, as a human.
That's good.
Like I still wake up and I still shave my face,
Hmm.
but
You finish your
you
shaving,
know,
and your phone rings. It's Jessica.
no rest for the dead. Pick up the phone. Hello, this is Jack.
Hey, Jack, we got a problem.
All right, hit me with it.
Craig, I woke up and he's not here.
He's just gone.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I cover the phone for a second. Okay, sorry, I just had to get that out. Okay. All right, I'll get in my car.
Okay. Do you
been
know where he
told-
lived, or were we gonna try the gym first, or what do you want to do?
Uh, hold on. Just look. Why don't you call? You call Mila. I'll call Hector, and we'll see if either of them know where he is. I'm sure they're both getting up right now too. It's still early. Oh gosh, I'll start heading your way. And I'll look around and see if I can spot him. He must have gotten up soon, so he can't be far.
Okay.
And then I'll hang up. And then as I throw on my my normal wear. Then I'll call Hector.
Okay.
Yo,
All right, so now we're going to change scenes to Hector. So Hector's in the cellar under the Angrioso gym. That's where you spend your days. So you wake up, do your stretching. I think you got hungrier too.
yeah.
Yeah, so you wake up and you can hear it's your own voice inside your head. I'm hungry. And you stretch, put your beast away. You know how to take care of it now. It's been 20 years. And as you come back up into the world, Gustavo's there waiting for you.
What's up, Gus?
How you doing today?
How was today?
It was a day. It's mostly it was sleep for most of us. We were up all night. But
Right.
you
Hey,
do
thanks
got
for the backup on that. Really
yeah.
appreciate it.
And you can take a couple minutes for yourself, but we do have something we need to talk about when you're ready.
Fuck it, let's get to it.
All
I'm
right.
ready. Let's get to it. What's up?
So Derek, which is one of the other guys that you have ghouled, Derek keeps pushing me to let him pursue a match. And he knows that with his potence power, what did you call it? Lethal body. He knows he can rip the other guy apart. And he wants me to set him a match. Do we trust him to not use it?
Yeah, that. Let me talk to him
You
about
need
it
to
directly.
unmute yourself.
I'm not muted.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah, I hear him.
I can hear him.
Can
I
you
don't
me?
hear him at all.
Huh. Maybe you have him muted. Is it show
Oh, I have him muted because
he
of
was
the
snoring.
snoring.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I wasn't.
Let me unmute.
Yeah, you were. I have it
That's a
recorded and
lie.
everything.
There we go.
That's a lie. That's special effects.
Okay, I can hear him now.
Okay.
The devil is a lie.
Yeah. Basically, what he said was, "All right, let's go talk to him," or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring him to me. No, I just it's like, all right. Let me holler at him.
All right. So you see, Derek's over, hitting on the heavy bag.
All right. Hey, dog. Let me holler at you real quick. Derek, come over here, man. Let's talk.
Hey, what's up, boss? Did Gus
So,
talk to you?
yeah.
What do you think? I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I think I could go pro. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We when we signed you up for this, we told you there was gonna have to be a certain level of discretion, right?
Yeah.
So right now, you as you know, you got kind of superhuman abilities.
Yeah.
So if we put you in the ring with someone that's not superhuman, what do you think's gonna happen?
I guess it's gonna draw attention. Plus, I mean, it's also not gonna be fair, but it's gonna draw attention.
You're gonna destroy them.
Yeah.
You are already top. I mean, I already thought you were an excellent fighter before you started taking my blood. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to use it. I can.
You gonna pull punches a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, it's a power I could turn on and off.
Can I trust you to do that?
Yeah, you can trust me to do that. I got control of it.
Let me study him and kind of try to gauge if is he really as sure that he has control over the power as he's telling me?
Okay, make me wits and insight roll. And I'm going to make him a wits and subterfuge. We'll give him 2 wits and 1 subterfuge. We'll roll him 3 dice. He's got a 19. You only got 3. He got 1. So yeah, I mean he is not 100% that he could keep it off if he was really struggling, but he is fairly certain, but not 100%.
Let me think about it. I'm gonna talk to
shouldn't-
Gus.
I mean, even if it was even you in the same situation, you were fairly certain that you would not use it, but given the situation, in the wrong frame of mind, in a fight amongst warriors, you're not 100% that you wouldn't use it either. You are now, because you know that the kindred will fucking kill you and everybody you know, but he doesn't have that level of comprehension. So you're
All right,
confident, but not assured.
All right, let me tell you this. You said his name is Derek, right?
His name's Derek, yeah.
Let me tell you this, Derek. So, when you signed up for this, I told you it was going to protect you from the, that's, the virus is a thing, right? The pandemic.
Yep.
And this, I thought that was one of the reasons.
What was your main
Yep.
reason?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I told you it was going to protect you from this virus.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to make you a better fighter.
Yeah, you did.
And
it did.
But I also told you that, this was going to be your priority. And we talked about discretion and drawing attention to yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we did.
Let me ask you what your goals are here in life at this point. Do you just want to be an amazing fighter and you're trying to see how you measure up against other amazing fighters? Or are you trying to go pro, become a celebrity, get all kinds of attention because you're the best in the world?
It's not about the celebrity. I think it's about meeting a goal I had for myself. Does that make sense?
What's your goal?
Yeah, I want it to be the best. I want it to be, world champion.
So you want a like UFC career is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I did, and I realized that that's not in the cards anymore. But it doesn't mean that
you do realize that then.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the dream's not still there,
So you do realize that you can't be UFC world champion because the kind of attention that's going to draw is going to be insane.
Yes. Plus, I wouldn't be around to help you.
Not to mention, you'd be unfairly competing.
Well, yeah, that too, for sure.
So maybe there's some other kind of possibility. Because the way I'm seeing it right now is if we start matching you up in real fights, and you're going to climb up that pro, you're going to break into the pro segment, circle there. You're going to start climbing up that rung. You will be called on by the UFC because all of the amazing skills you had as an up-and-comer are now boosted by what's even more powerful than steroids.
Right.
But you understand how that's not fair, right? How that's cheating.
Yeah, I do.
That's not the warrior way, right?
I don't. Right. Like I said, I won't. I'm not going to use it.
We gave you this power. You're stronger when you take my blood. You're faster.
Well,
you're sharper.
That's true.
How do you turn that off?
That I can't turn off. It's just
right.
It's just the the raw physical power that I have that a lot of these other guys don't have. That I can turn off.
Well, you're still faster and stronger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
So,
am
I mean, this
faster and
is worse
stronger
than
than I
taking
was for
steroids.
sure. Yeah.
So,
you're right.
so I don't see us. I don't see this personally, and I don't think, knowing you, you go by the warrior code, and cheating is not one of those things we want to do.
Right.
Um, if you decide you no longer want to be a ghoul, that is something we can talk about, we can explore further, and then you can go and we can think about the possibility of you pursuing your pro career and leaving the ranks of what
Well, I
we are
don't
here.
want to do that. I don't want to do that right now, Hector, but let me think about it, and I'm maybe a few months or even a year or two. I guess I can't
This
wait
doesn't mean that
I
we
can't
can't.
wait too long, or my body will, it'll be aging. But
Yeah.
but yeah, right for
Well,
right now,
maybe there's
no, I
another
don't want to
option.
do that. What other option?
Maybe there's another option. I don't know. Maybe we can think. I mean, I'm just brainstorming here, man. But we trained you. Yeah, it wouldn't be cheating if you're going against other supernatural beings that have your same abilities. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get with some other fighters. Maybe even within, I don't know. Maybe we could do some sparring matches with the other guys. Maybe we could set up something with other ghouls. That
Yeah.
want to try to. Maybe that's an option. Maybe we could create our own little circuit, our own little underground
Okay.
circuit.
Yeah, that would be that would be really cool. We still got to be careful with the people that got my power, because with my power I can just rip these other guys apart. But like you
Yeah.
said, the increase in strength and speed and stamina and even intelligence, that that level would be fair amongst all of us. We just have to set like a no powers rule.
Yeah, we could think about all that. Like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but I'm willing to put some thought to it. I don't want to stifle your growth as a fighter.
Yeah,
But,
it means
we
a
also
lot to
gotta
me
protect.
that you're going to look into that. It means a lot, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kick it around with Gus and we'll see what's up.
All right.
And I'll get back to you. Maybe not right away, but it's something I'm gonna explore and talk with my people about too, and see what's permissible.
All right.
See who else is out there for you to maybe face off against.
Thanks a lot, Hector. Thanks a lot.
No problem, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you for your service to us.
You're welcome, man. I'll do anything for you. Your phone rings.
Appreciate it. I pick up. Yo.
Hey, it's Jack.
What's up, Jack?
We got a early evening situation. Have you seen oh god, what's his name? What's the
Craig.
kid's name? The gangrel.
You do not know he's Gangrel.
Fuck. Craig?
Oh, I was gonna ask about
Oh, we
that.
don't?
Like,
Okay,
no,
sorry,
no,
my
you
bad.
do not.
Craig, that's right. Or Creed.
shit.
Well,
Week.
Creed.
I haven't
do you,
seen him. I just got up a little while ago. Why are you asking?
Well, he's missing. We need to find him. I haven't how he went missing, but he's missing.
As you glance
God.
over to the door, you see him coming in the gym right now, and a couple of the guys are greeting
what
him.
the fuck, bro? He's here.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure he doesn't leave. Thank you, and then I'll be
Yeah.
there soon. And I hang up.
He just showed up. All right. So I put my phone away and I walk up to Craig.
Okay.
What's up, bro? I put out my hand.
hey, I take it. I look around. So what's
His
going on
eyes
exactly?
are glowing bright ass fucking red.
Craig's eyes?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah, that's.
There's
like
only are people that are.
Yeah, like vampires in a movie red. He's breaking the masquerade just walking around.
So at this time, in the gym, there's no other fighters that aren't down, right? It's only the Seven and Gustavo, right?
Well, there could be, unless you keep it closed to normal people now. There could be a couple of people in here. I mean, you're not
Well, we'll say
expecting
like
this
our
kind of situation, so
what time is it right now?
it's about 9:30.
All right, by this time the last regular person would have cleared out. I'm not keeping night classes for like so
Okay.
we'll say like our last class regular would be like 7:30, so pretty much it lets out right when it's when the dark starts, so that if anybody
Right now,
sees
the
me, it
dark
would be
starts
people on the
about
left.
8:30. Right now
Yeah.
in September.
So by 9:30, most people would have left now. I don't think there's anybody. Let's just say there's nobody from outside at this point. So I go, bro, what the fuck is up with your eyes?
You don't know.
Everything is clear. Everything is clear. The dark, it's like the day. I don't know. This is all new to me.
They're like, yo, your shit's like you've been more red than if you were smoking super weed, bro. What, are you walking around outside like that?
I might have been. Does it turn off and on when I enter a building? I don't know how this works. I don't.
It should still right.
It's still on.
Nah, yo, if you walk out of here, somebody, I turned, who's the closest person to me right now? Is Derek still the closest guy, like in the vicinity?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Hey, Derek,
Yeah,
get
boss.
this motherfucker some sunglasses.
What the fuck,
Find this
man?
dude
Your
some
eyes are
sunglasses.
all glowing. Yeah.
Yeah, go get him some sunglasses.
Yeah, I'll be back. He goes looking in the back.
Yeah, until you figure out how to control that shit, Craig, from now on, man, sunglasses when you go outside in public. Drawing attention to yourself.
So it can be
Even
turned off and
inside,
on.
He is inside right now, and it is still on.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you go around people, that don't know what the fuck you are, sunglasses. And if they ask you why you're wearing your sunglasses at night, you say, "'Cause it's fucking cool. Why aren't you wearing your sunglasses at night?"
Okay,
Got it?
I'll do that.
Yeah, man, because it's pretty apparent something's up with you with that eye color. If somebody sees that shit or something, have a good excuse ready. Like you're trying out these cool new contacts. Do you like them? That'll freak them out, and they'll just walk away from you.
I do like the movie Riddick, so maybe that makes sense.
Cool. So, what brings you by? Weren't you staying with Jessica?
She was asleep, and I don't. He pauses for a little bit. It's weird being in somebody else's place when they're not awake. It's weird.
All right, cool. Well, if you're ever stuck in a position where you need somewhere to just chill for a while, most people here in this gym have cleared out after like 9 o'clock. So, but just in case, wear your sunglasses in here if there's nobody that, somebody you don't recognize.
All right, he comes back, and he's got sunglasses, and he says, from the lost and found," and he puts them on Craig's head. He puts the glasses on you.
Oh,
Glowing ass
There
eyes.
you go.
That's fucking weird.
does the light still show through, or does it look good now?
What do the sunglasses look like?
They're not-
Are they cool or are they some bullshit?
I don't know.
No, but like, can the
Whatever
light from
story
his eyes
you want
get
to
through?
tell him. What
All right.
you can decide.
Nah, this is fine.
But his
The glasses do
glowing
the
eyes
trick,
are
bro.
not
You look
glowing
just-
so bright that there's red light coming out the sides of the sunglasses. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
they're
Yeah.
covered now.
He's not like Cyclops. Nah, you're good, bro. You look just like Riddick.
that's a relief.
So what's up, man? What you want to do? You want to train a little bit?
I just kind of want to know. Well, I mean, it's tempting. It's because I look at my hands and I move them like nothing's moving. Everything's kind of like it's like moving a puppet. You just
Yeah. It takes like a little getting used to, and then you get used to it, and then you're actually everything works better than before when you get used to it. Don't worry.
and as far as it goes, like what is this exactly?
Well, your body died, so you're getting used to it again. How it moves now. but it doesn't move exactly like it did before. Your blood's different, and it's powering everything, and it's making your body more potent, more of a potent, tool. But it's gonna feel different.
I nod. It's very different. Very different.
So fuck it, bro. I mean, like, you might as well just start getting used to that body. The best way to do it is train.
All right. Well, you've been through this longer than I have, so like, where would you start? Like weight training, grappling, treadmill.
Just jump in with I call. Hey, Keith. Keith's in the gym,
Yeah,
right?
Keith comes over. What's
All
up,
right.
boss?
Hey, Keith. What? So Craig over here is just getting used to like his new situation, and Keith, I think you were around when Craig was a regular at the gym, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So why don't you just take him through, getting reacquainted to work out, and just run him back to the basics, and make sure he's
All
kind
right,
of got
I'll
his
do that.
coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Craig.
So,
Alrighty.
cool. I'll be
And
right
what-
around.
Okay. Okay. So a couple of minutes later, you're watching, keeping an eye on the gym, and you notice it's not just today, but today's the first day you're noticing it, and as you think back over the last couple of nights, your conviction to your connection to your Mexican heritage has been weakening. You really need to spend a little bit of time with your touchstone. It's just the first sign of it, the first noticing. It's been a couple of weeks since you've seen him, and you don't need to talk to him. You don't need to spend time with him. He doesn't even need to know you exist. You just need to see him, focus, and reset your conviction.
Cool.
Doesn't have to be right
Is
now.
the
It's just it has become aware. You're just become aware that it's time to refocus that touchstone.
Gotcha.
And it's probably not something we will cover in game. It's just I'm wanting to try and make sure you guys are more aware of your touchstones and your convictions, and sometimes we'll touch it in game, but it's not. We're gonna do it all the time. Okay.
Okay.
And okay, so we get a phone call between Jack and Jessica as Jack calls Jessica back.
Hello?
Hi. So, what's the news?
He's at the gym. He walked to the gym.
Oh my gosh. All right, I just can't right now. Let me I'll get a bite to eat and I'll head over there.
Yeah, I'm on my way now, so don't worry about it. And I'm like, what do you think he did? He just walked out? Was that
Probably.
what happened?
Yeah, I think we're just lucky he didn't, hopefully he didn't slaughter anybody on his way over there.
Yeah, hopefully, I'd be mad at you, but you couldn't have done anything. You didn't know he was going to be this dumbass. So,
Well,
I'll deal
he
with
is,
it.
he is a student of Hector's, so.
All right, then.
All
There you
right.
go.
Also, whichever one of you called Mila, her phone went straight to voicemail.
That was me.
Yeah, her phone went straight to voicemail. It didn't even ring. Her phone's not on.
Mm. Right. Okay. Food first.
All right.
Let's go ahead and make a hunting check. We haven't done that yet,
Hunting
have we?
check?
Yeah.
No, we have not.
Okay. Did we fill in your hunting check stats? Blood XP.
Nope.
Manipulation and insight. Yes, we did. Or I did.
Oh, okay. So do I click on the dice there?
Yep, click on the die there.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly how this works, so I
No
believe...
modifiers.
Yeah, so you recover 1 hunger. You lose
That's
1
all I
hunger.
need.
And we don't need this story on, how you fed or anything.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so this happens at roughly, not exactly, but roughly the same time for all 3 of you. I'm not counting Craig. Okay.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you get a feeling that Prince James wants to see you. It's a strong compulsion to go see him, but not so strong that you can't resist it. And you know exactly where he is. He's at Elysium,
Even
at
for
the
me,
top floor
even though
of
I'm
the
an
Rose
anarch.
Hotel. Yes.
Is this something we've experienced before?
No.
Hmm.
Actually, you may
So is
have.
it-
You may have, because you work
Okay.
for him on a little personal level. So yeah, you have. The others
Okay, is
have
this
not.
like an ability that he has that I
Yes.
know of?
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of his presence.
Has Jack made it to the gym yet?
No. He's in the
In that
car.
case, I'm gonna call. In that case, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Hector.
Okay.
What's
Ring
up?
ring.
Hey,
What's
I've
up?
got to go see. I've got to go see Big Boss. So I'm redirecting. I won't see you at the gym. I've got to go see the Big Boss.
Wait. I just got a weird feeling, like
Okay. Well.
in my.
Oh.
I can't even describe it. It's like in my head to do the same thing.
Okay. Well. Okay. This is the thing. Get in your car. You get in the car and. Or you want me to pick you up? Actually.
Yeah, might as well. I got the kid with me. Did I bring him?
I think we should just so he can meet the boss. So I'll be there
All right.
soon. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Jessica. There you go.
Okay.
And I call Jessica.
Hello?
Hey,
What's up?
did you just get a feeling that you need to see the boss?
Yeah, I cause figured that I didn't know if that was just something that was going to happen or what,
No, that's the
but
thing. That's the thing. So head there. I'll
okay.
I'll be meeting you there with Hector and the kid. I hang up.
All right.
Okay, about 10 minutes later, Jack gets to the gym.
Yeah. I just I pull into the parking spot and I just honk once.
Okay.
Little tap.
Hector
We
and
just
Craig,
assume I've
you gonna
already told
explain to
Craig.
Craig what's going on?
Yeah,
as
you want me to
go
do it
collect
live or
him?
just assume?
No, I
Yeah.
want to pretty much do everything with Craig live.
Okay. So I walk over to him. I guess right now he's working on the speed bag,
Yeah.
and I walk up and I go, "Hey, nice work there, Keith. I got it from here.
All right.
You clear out." So I said, "Hey, listen, you and I got to take a quick trip with Jack. We got to go see somebody we want to introduce you to."
Oh, alrighty. Well, I trust your judgment. He nods and, lead the way.
All right, let's roll. So we go out and open the passenger door to the car, get in, and then just wait for Craig to get into the back seat.
Yeah. As
Okay.
soon as Craig gets in the back seat,
Go ahead.
what?
I was going to tell you when
Huh?
you see him, he is wearing sunglasses at night.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. As soon as
Okay.
he gets in the back seat, I say, "Why are you wearing sunglasses?"
I look over at Jack.
It's his Riddick look.
Yes,
Don't you think he looks
I'm-
cool?
Drop your glasses. Let me see your eyes.
I pull him down.
Jesus Christ! What the? Why are they like that?
This is all new to me.
What? Hector, do you know what that is? Why his eyes are that bright?
I don't think Hector's ever seen something like this before, right? Or I mean,
No.
20
No.
years.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you hang around with the Anarchs, with the Gangrel, and this is kind of a Gangrel power. It's a level 1 Protean power. It allows you to
So
see in the
am I
dark.
familiar with it then?
Yeah, I mean, you've probably seen it once or twice. But yeah,
All right.
you are
So
familiar.
I kind of so I go from kind of like I have an initial like it's like my initial reaction is to be like shrug my shoulders, but then I'm like, hold on a second. Hey, so what's your vision like when you're walking outside in like not well lighted areas?
Clear. It's not like daytime, but it's. I can see outlines. Like I can make everything out.
Hmm. I seen this before. I say to Jack, you know,
Okay.
some of these gangrel I've hung out with before, a couple of them, they used to have, you know, the ability to see really well in the dark. And some of them, when the people, you know, the ones that were really good at seeing real good in the dark, some of them sometimes had red eyes like that.
And they can turn it on and off too. The power is not a permanent power. It can be turned on and off.
Okay.
Yeah, but like theirs weren't. And so I say to Jack, but the guys I dealt with, like, their eyes weren't always like that. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. If he's got like a see in the dark power, maybe he just doesn't really know it yet and how to turn it on and off.
You know, now that you mentioned Gangrel, he said that his captors, one was Kindred that turned into a wolf, probably. So, or at least that's what we thought. So, assuming that was the one who turned him, he must be Gangrel.
Would make
I would think.
sense.
Well, it's not for sure. Yet it is
Yeah.
true that shapeshifting is a very Gangrel thing, but it's not like a secret that other clans can't learn. So
Yeah, it could be something
it
else.
definitely improves the likelihood, but it doesn't
Yeah.
make it for sure.
For now, I'm gonna assume that he's likely Gangrel, but we won't know for sure. Now, hey, did you wear those sunglasses when you were walking to the gym?
No, I only found out about this at the gym.
Damn. Do you? Anybody see your eye?
Yeah, well, then,
There wasn't really anybody around. It's kind of dead outside.
Okay.
There were some cars that went
Hopefully
by,
we
but
dodged
you
the
didn't
bullet
see
there.
anybody like face to face.
Okay. As I'm driving, I'm just gonna like angle the rearview mirror so I can like make eye contact with Krieg, and I'm gonna like keep like looking back up at him, like, Krieg, look at me, look at me right now. I know you don't understand what's going on, but if people find out what you are, you will die, we will die, and a lot of people will die. So I need you to, I know you don't understand what's going on, but I need you to be extra careful. You need to treat everything like it's a landmine right now. And you need to try to conceal anything weird that's going on with you as best as you can. This is life or death.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
We don't need a contest. We're just trying to see how strong your persuasive argument is, and then he can multiply it as such.
What am I using for my base? Am I using charisma?
Yeah,
Am I
charisma.
using
This seems like a
wits?
leadership thing instead of a fucking do exactly what I say thing. So yeah,
Well, I'm not great at this, so
charisma, persuasion. You don't have awe, do you? You have
I have yeah, I don't have
you
awe.
have daunt.
I have hold on.
Daunt?
Yeah, I have daunt.
Okay.
Not awe.
Okay. I mean, I think it
So-
would only added 1 die anyway. But you got a success. So yeah, Craig can treat it as such.
Marginally persuasive.
Yeah. He wasn't really persuasive in his speech, but you get it, and yeah, it's important to him. It's
Also,
not a
next time,
speech
Creek,
that's
don't.
so strong that the next time something's happening, I'm going to be like, "Hey, and remember when Jack said, so you're on your own."
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say is, Creek, next time, if someone's hosting you, just stay in their house till they wake up. And I turn the rearview mirror like back to normal so I can see traffic behind me. As a good conscientious driver.
He said he felt creepy staring at Jessica while she slept, and then I
It's
laughed.
just
Don't stare at her while she sleeps. Watch the TV. Sit in the. I mean, I don't know. Just you don't have to just leave.
It wouldn't surprise me if Jessica doesn't have a TV.
Who doesn't have a
Oh, I know.
TV? 2021.
I don't know. She might. I'm just saying. It wouldn't surprise me if there was no TV.
Yeah. All right. Now.
She did,
other
however,
matter
have
of
an
business.
empty refrigerator, so she might have a TV just for appearances.
Yeah. Other matter of business. We're meeting. I'll let him introduce himself, but we're meeting basically the person who is now going to be all things simplified, your boss. He's our boss, he's everyone's boss. It's more complicated than that, but for all you need to know is when we get there, make sure that you treat him with respect. Whatever that means for you. Just be respectful.
Plus, he's a good dude.
He's a really good dude, actually.
do I need
So
to
when
hide
we're in a bad
anything from
situation,
him,
he'll
or-
help you. Hopefully.
What was that question, Craig?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, am I doing anything else that needs to be hidden, or is it just the eyes? I didn't even. I can't. Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
Just
if you
try
ever
not
think
to
you're
do
about to turn
anything.
into a, if you ever think you're about to turn into a dog, don't.
I can probably do that.
Try while we're driving. Try to turn off your eyes if you can. I have no idea how that would work for you, but it's not a bad idea to try to figure it out now.
Would that be like a roll, or
Mm.
Just a second. I want to see what your other powers are. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
what are my other powers? 'Cause-
Well, you don't know them anyway, so they don't even need to be
Okay.
written on your sheet yet. We're just recorded what you
Okay.
will have once you get it figured out. Make me an intelligence and composure? That sounds like the most interpersonal thing. Yeah, make me an intelligence and composure roll.
How do you do multiple?
I don't know. Does
traits?
it just count the dice and roll them manually? No, that's 4 dice. So on the left side of there's a bar over on the left side, and one of them shows a little D20,
Dice.
20-sided die. Yeah. So you go down to the D10s and move over to 4 and click that. So you roll 4 dice, and then we'll count them manually.
Hey,
Okay,
Sestonn, so just what I do is, under powers, I have one that says random rules, and I'll just kind of put the little categories in there.
I'm
And
sorry,
then
what?
that's how I've been doing it. Under powers on
Yeah.
mine.
Okay. You
It
got 3
says there's
successes.
one
You
that says
managed to
random
turn it
roll.
off. Now let me look and see what this is. With your 3 successes, you do turn it off. You have learned to turn it on and off. Okay, so under your powers,
It might help
random roll.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
suggest-
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So your wits
I was
and
going to
awareness.
suggest just thinking about baseball whenever you need to turn it off.
So what she did was
Oh my god.
on her disciplines list. She put random rolls so that you can just pull down the attribute and the ability real easy, and then click the button. So, that's another way to do it if you want to do
Oh,
that.
we're
I can't show you, so you can
Yeah,
look at
no,
Yeah,
the.
you can.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I can give you access
can
to
show
her
'em.
sheet for right now. Let's
I mean, you
see.
can show him on his sheet too.
Let's see. Let's pull up. Okay, let me pull up your sheet, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's actually on rolls also, but keeping everything
okay.
on the core page works just as well. So down here on under your disciplines, let's put random rolls. Okay, and then you can just pull in these pull down menus and say like strength and brawl.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And then you can just click the button and you can modify your 0 and you make a strength and brawl roll. Just like that. And you can change them easily.
Okay, so all right.
Oh, I found the roles sub tab. Okay.
Yeah, but
I didn't know that
this
thing was
way
a thing.
keeps everything on the main page, so that's, but the roles page does exactly what this is, but you have to switch pages, and this way keeps everything on that same page. So I think your way is actually
Yeah.
better. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Jessica gets to the hotel first. You gonna go in, or are you gonna wait for them?
I have no idea if they're here or not, so I'm just gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm still annoyed.
Okay, so I will give a little description of the hotel. So, the entire hotel has been made as Elysium now. So what that means is that the Camarilla have recognized this entire hotel as basically holy ground where no kindred can fight each other. You can't use violent powers on each other. So it's a safe place for the kindred. And it is
Can Sabat
officially
enter?
it is officially recognized by the Camarilla and the Anarchs, and the Sabbat are welcome here. However, since they don't have rules to honor the Elysium, they are welcome, but they are also kind of protected against, and they don't want to see them there. But they are welcome to come if they behave themselves. But they're not really invited. Okay, so also, security is 3 times what it was 20 years ago. You see security guards all over the place. You see security cameras all over the place. All over the parking garage. Okay. And let's see. I guess when you get to the elevator, or well, inside, and the person at the desk notices you, just, oh, Miss Jessica, is the rest of your friends coming?
Yeah, they should be. They're not here yet?
No, they're not here yet. Would you like to wait for them?
Sure.
Okay. And then just like 5 minutes later, they get here too. I'm not going to reread my description. So, Craig, this is the Rose Hotel. It's like the fanciest hotel in the city, a solid 4-star hotel. 20 years ago, there was a terrorist attack that blew up a couple floors of it. But now it's, everything is back, and it's, it is the as close to luxury destination as El Paso gets. Okay, you guys are all here. You guys meet Jessica inside.
All right.
She give Craig an annoyed look.
Oh, hell yeah.
His eyes
I
aren't
gotta-
glowing or anything. You
gotta,
don't know
like,
anything
subtly
about the
tap-
glowing red eyes.
I kind of subtly, tap him on the arm with my elbow and go, "Oh, I know that look. She's not happy with you."
For not being staying in her place while she's asleep? I don't understand people.
I don't
Evidently not.
understand her either.
Okay, just now's the time to be on your best behavior. So,
Okay, they're waiting for you on the 12th floor.
let's go. I'm the first one to step into the elevator.
Okay. Everybody loads up the elevator. By the way, Mila's not here, and you guys still can't get her on the phone. Her phone's not even on. You call and it goes straight to voicemail.
I whisper to Craig, "Remember, Craig, keep your butthole tight at all times in this hotel."
It's been tight for a while.
God.
Hector saying that reminds you that, it's been like 3 days since you've taken a shit.
It's a good.
Okay, so you
Ah,
guys...
never-
That was a twist.
Nope, I'm just
Taking
telling you.
vampires.
Yep. Okay, so the door opens with a ding. You enter the top floor, the 12th floor, and immediately you notice a difference from how it usually is. Usually, it's lively. Live music, laughing, flirting, the party life of a city with a toreador prince. Tonight, it's quiet, somber, and as you enter, all eyes turn on you. There are 5 chairs in a semicircle. In the center chair is Prince James. Let me move you guys. Boom! Okay. Prince James, casually leaning to the side. His dark eyes are always demanding, a contrast to the lax appearance of the rest of him. In another chair is Ventru Primogen Timothy Hale. Okay, so you guys have all the pictures on there, right?
Yes.
All
James
serious.
looks like that guy
yeah,
from the stoop.
Yeah. Timothy Hale, all serious, with studying eyes that seem to record every little detail about you. Behind him is his protege, Isaac, standing behind his chair. In another chair is Dr. Stevens, Primogen of the Tremere clan. Everything is in its place, in its perfectly immaculate suit. Behind him stand 2 young women that you don't recognize, but it's pretty safe to assume are his new child, because he got the right to embrace to develop his clan when Vienna fell. Okay, did I skip somebody? No. Lounging on a sofa is Cynthia Villarreal, Primogen of the Toreador clan. Cold and careful beauty, like a knife ready to stab you in your heart. She's holding the hand of a young woman who's standing behind the sofa. And standing just a little apart from her, you see Nathan, the strict and silent Nathan that he is when he's around his sire, not the carefree Nathan that you met last night. And still in the semicircle, on its edge, separated by an extra foot or two, sits Rodolfo Martinez, leader of the La Sombra clan. He was with you last night, assisting Sheriff Alex. Standing behind his chair are the other two La Sombra. Omar, who seems to have dressed up for court, and Elena, who is playfully swirling the shadows around her like it's some kind of pet. Welcome, Prince James repositions himself, sits up in his chair. Come on in, come on in.
Thank you for having us. And I step forward and give a little bow. I don't know if there's a place for us to sit.
There's not.
And I'll just stand.
Anyone else?
I'm giving everybody else a look. Like, come on.
I just nod to Prince James and say, Prince James, how are you?
Well, it's been an interesting week. Come in, make yourselves at home.
So, hey, Prince James, this is Craig.
Craig.
Yes. Last night we went on, as you know, the raid of what was supposed to be Sabat. It did not turn up as much, though we did find him. And of course, I'm sure some of the situation was relayed to you through the sheriff. The rest of last night's events.
Yeah, I think I've heard pretty much all of it. And Rodolfo is here.
Yep.
So, and Prince James stands up. And he walks over to you guys. And he looks at Craig. His eyes are penetrating. There's both a penetrating beauty to it, as well as a penetrating level of intimidation. He has complete control over everything. He sees everything. His eyes are staring daggers right into your soul and measuring it. And as he walks towards you, you feel something change. And you can't look away. All of a sudden, he takes up the room. Not in a physical sense. He didn't become bigger. He just became more. There's more presence to him. More... You are in awe of him. They say your name's Craig. Is that right?
Yes. I nod, unsure what else to do.
Hector, can you go over and grab one of those chairs? Maybe you want to, like, why am I doing it? And then you notice there are no ghouls in here.
Did he say go do that?
Yeah, he asked Hector if you could go grab one.
Oh.
There are some chairs, like, stacked up in the corner. In fact, you grab a chair for all of you, but for right now, I need one for Craig. For Krieg.
I'm on it. So I walk over there, and I'll just like grab four chairs in my hands. So 2 in each hand.
Okay. And
Pick 'em up, bring 'em over.
Prince James accepts one from you and puts it in the center where all of the semicircle is pointed at. Just have a seat, Craig. And then he goes back over and sits down in his chair.
So then I guess I'll put the other 3 down right behind Craig's chair.
Sounds good.
And then I'll sit right in the middle one.
Oh.
I would like you to tell your story.
The I take some breaths. Um, I'm I woke up somewhere. I'm not I'm not sure where. It was dark and it smelled terrible,
Back it up a little
and
bit
I
more.
was hungry.
Why don't we back it up a little bit more?
What?
What was the last thing that happened to you
Oh.
before you woke up? What do you remember?
Wait, so like, is he asking about like the actual attack, like him being
Yep.
kidnapped, or?
Yep.
Well,
You remember that?
I was in bed.
You were asleep in bed.
What?
Okay. Tell him that. Tell him
Yes.
that then.
I was in bed. I was asleep, and then there was a crash. Before I could even get up, something was on me.
Okay, so you don't know who it was.
No, and it was dark.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry then. Continue where you were. You woke up.
And I was hungry. It was like there was a black hole inside my gut, and everything was just being sucked inside. I could feel blood and veins, all of it pulling inwards. And there was these men. One of them looked familiar. I think I reported him. He was involved in a dogfighting ring,
Okay.
and they had dogfights there. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Do I stop her?
No, keep going.
Oh, and okay, and they would have these dogfights there. Not often, but they did have them, and then there would be this space in between, and all I could do was, I felt like I was getting sucked into my gut, like everything was pulling in. It hurt so bad, and this went on and off for. It might have been eons. It could have been a few hours. I have no way of telling.
What did they tell you was happening to
And
you?
then I don't think they ever talked to me or explained anything to me. They would laugh about it. They were enjoying it.
Did they say anything to you
several
in
times.
taunts?
This is what you get, you know,
Okay.
rat, snitch. Basically, was about the animal, the dog fighting ring.
Okay.
That it was busted up. Most of it is foggy, but one thing did stand out. There was these two wolves that fought. There was this monstrous demonic wolf, and one that was, it was very beautiful, and surprisingly the pretty wolf, the one that it didn't look evil, actually pinned the black one down. Then they turned back into people and they were friends again. They got along fine, and then they left.
Huh. What can you tell me about
After
this
some time, that's
demonic
when
wolf? Can you
it
describe it to me?
was it was horrifying. It was black. It was nightmare. It it looked like uh it was just a hate. It looked like a hate-fueled shadow.
Huh.
Just
Are you sure? Or is it possible some of that was delirium?
I think the horror of the image pierced through a lot of the delirium, but there was, I mean, it's hard to say what was, but I think that something like that, something so wrong in the face of nature, just kind of like cuts through the mist and the fog.
Okay, continue your story. The last thing you said was that the 2 wolves turned into men, and they walked away as
Yes.
friends.
Yes, they seemed happy about the confrontation. I guess it wasn't a confrontation if they were so happy, but they seemed almost like a couple of pups that were playing rough and just enjoying it. And then they left, and more time passed by before Hector and his group showed up, and it kind of all blurred together after that.
Well, tell me what you can about that situation.
I remember gunfire and people yelling, and then silence. I could hear them upstairs looking around, trying to figure out what was going on. I could hear. I assumed they were trying to figure it out. I could hear muffled talking, searching. I thought it was another. I thought it was more torture, that they were still trying to push me,
You thought they were trying to
the
break
captors, because they have. That's what it felt like. Yes.
you. When you say that, then Timothy Hale, the Ventru Primogen, he takes in a breath and kind of closes his eyes, shakes his head a little bit. Okay, and what happened when they found you? Prince James says.
I remember feeling so angry and just tired of everything. I growled, and before I knew it, Hector had me pinned. I couldn't have moved. I was still chained, but I suppose in the circumstances, it's difficult not to react in that way. I know I wasn't in full control.
Did they explain what happened to you?
Did they? I. They might have, but at the time, I wasn't. I still am having some trouble exactly understanding what's going on.
Okay. And Prince James looks over at Jack. Mr. Levington,
Yes, sir.
what have you explained to this fledgling has happened to him?
Not much yet. It's only been a very short period of time.
Okay.
The most I've been able to tell him so far, and I should be able to tell him, not just me. We've explained the physical situation, the fact that his body's dead, what that means. We've explained the, we'll say, social situation, how important it is that he do everything within his power to appear normal to everyone right now. This was just a holding, basically just an initial holding method before we can explain more. And we have kept him under supervision. But we have not had much time to explain much yet to him. I feel like now would be a adequate time to give him those details and more.
Okay. It was good that you brought him to me.
eloquent words
Yeah.
that you could provide.
It was definitely good that you brought him to me. So, Mr. Craig, what they said was true. These people that took you, they took your life. And they made you what they are. You're kindred now. You're not part of the human world. We disguise ourselves as humans, but we're not part of their world. We're above it. We're beyond it. We control their world. And I'm sorry you've been thrown into this in such a horrific manner. And now I have to ask you the hardest question I've ever had to ask anyone. This unlife that has been thrown on you, you do not have to live it. If you prefer to have died, then we can remove you now.
No, I think I'm gonna see where this goes.
Okay. Well, I can't tell you it's going to be an easy life. It won't be. And for someone like you, it will be even more difficult than it is for the rest of us. We don't know who your sire was, but it seems your sire was part of an organization outside of our own. An organization that we struggle with, that struggles with us. An enemy of ours. An ancient enemy from centuries ago. They believe that we, as a people, should all rise up together and enslave humanity. Whereas our organization believes that we should hide amongst humanity. Feed from them as we need, not take their lives, not treat them like slaves, not treat them like trash. And our two factions have been at war for centuries. Cities rise and fall in the name of either of these factions. They own a lot of the cities in the United States, especially on the East Coast. They have complete control. They, so far, have been smart enough not to attempt to enslave all of humanity. But if they ever have enough control over the world, that is the goal they're looking for. And you, being a spawn from them, will put you in a difficult place amongst our sect. Do you understand the difficulties that I'm talking about? I'm trying to use terms that you would be familiar with.
I am an outcast among outcasts.
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
I see.
Normally, when a kindred embraces, that's the term we use for making a new kindred. When a kindred embraces, the sire is responsible for the child for as long as it takes until the sire feels that that child has been fully trained and is fully prepared to live a life alone. You don't have a sire to take responsibility for you. And we don't know what clan you are to try and look for someone, a volunteer.
On that note, Prince James, if I may interject,
What is it, Jack?
he has demonstrated there are two factors that lead me to believe that he may be of the Gangrel bloodline.
What are that?
First, first, uh, Krieg, if you could show them your eyes, and then I look at Krieg turn on your eyes.
So I have mastery of it, right? Like I don't have to roll again.
Well, no, you don't have to roll. You don't have mastery. It takes there's a little struggle going across your face, and it takes you a few seconds. But yeah, you have learned to do it on and off, and in a few days you'll be able to just do it instantly. So he has protean powers.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've been informed by Hector that this is not common, but he has seen it among gangrels within the Anarchs.
Yes, it's a power of the protean discipline. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That is something
And
that
what was
pushes
your
it
second
towards.
clue?
Yes, that's something that pushes it towards the possibility. The second is, you remember how he talked of his captors becoming wolves and fighting.
Yes.
Shifting into animals also is a power that is characteristic of Gangrel, assuming that one or both of them were kindred that were shifting, and assuming one of them was one of the individuals who embraced him, then that would also seem to indicate a higher likelihood that Gangrel is his bloodline. This is not a confirmation, but based on those two clues, I would infer that his most likely clan origin is Gangrel. Now,
What it does conclude is that his sire has access to a protean.
yes.
So yes, there's a strong chance that he's Gangrel. And Prince James leans forward. Tell me, Krieg, do you feel any sense of the beast within you? Any sense of that you are more beast-like than you were when you were alive? I suppose that's... And he kind of shakes his head and he glances over at Dr. Stevens. I suppose that's not a good question. All of us could answer it that way. And Dr. Stevens nods his head. The beast is part of all of us, whether we're Gangrel or not. But, my prince, I do have a suggestion on how we can learn his clan. What's that? And Dr. Stevens looks back at the redhead girl standing behind his chair. She looks like she's 17, 18 years old. Says, Autumn, my dear, why don't you step forward and use your gift? And Autumn nods her head. She seems really nervous as she walks around Dr. Stevens' chair. Gets all eyes on her. And she walks over to Krieg. I just need a little taste of your blood. Just a drop.
I just hold up my hand, not sure what else to do. Take it.
And she glances back at Dr. Stevens. Dr. Stevens gives her a nod. And she sinks her fangs into your wrist. And you don't feel her pull any. And then she pulls her fangs back out and licks the wound closed. And then she closes her eyes. She takes a deep breath, which, as kindred, she does not need to do. But the younger you are, the more you fall into these mortal traps. Clan Gangrel, she says. It seems you're right, Jack. Thank you, Autumn. You can return to your spot. Autumn walks back to behind Dr. Stevens. Dr. Stevens smiles and winks at her as she walks past his chair. Gangrel. I'm afraid there are no Gangrel in the Camarilla right now. When Valentina left, she took all of them. But I am on good terms with Valentina. Maybe she or one of her childer will be willing to accept you. That is, unless anyone in this room would like to take on the responsibility of accepting a Gangrel into their childer.
Jack takes a second, and then he steps up from his chair. I know I am still young, but it was our coterie who found him. I feel that we have a sense of responsibility for continuing to protect him until he doesn't need it anymore. So I offer myself as...
You will take
what's the
responsibility
term
for this
for...
fledgling?
Yes. Yes, I will, unless anyone else would
I
have it
clicked
be
the wrong
themselves.
button again, and now it's gonna take a second to. Let me push back, and we'll reload that. And I'm sorry for
Is
the 0
Enriquez
to 1
around
person that
in the room?
watches this. He is not here now. Okay, so let me go back and look at my 20 years of knowledge in the traditions chart. Tradition of progeny. Thou shalt sire only with the permission of the elder. No, it's the tradition of accounting. Thou shalt create are thine own childer. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. That is what he would be asking you to accept. The tradition
I'll
of
take it.
accounting.
So I say, I say we're sitting next to each other, right? Or is he still standing?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jack is standing. You guys are sitting
All right.
like right behind. Yeah, you can stand if you want.
So I'll stand and I'll say, Jack, as noble as that is for you to offer yourself to take that responsibility, might I suggest, I know that you're staying with your family. That's not a place that he can really stay. He's been a member of my martial arts gym for a while when he was human. There's plenty of room for him to stay there for a while. So if you want, I could take that responsibility off your hands and probably be logistically easier.
He could stay with you and Well, I guess this is a philosophical question. It's me talking for a second. Can two kindreds split responsibility?
You can ask to.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to ask. What if
Definitely not the normal situation,
you?
but the normal situation is that
Yeah.
when you sire a guy, you accept the tradition of accounting. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
We did stay with you, Hector, but we shared the responsibility. Is
Yeah,
that
which is what's weird for me is that if he's going to be staying with me all the time and I'm going to be spending the most time with the guy, then I might as well just take the responsibility for him. But how about this? Why don't we put it in his hands to choose? But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to feel weird about if this is your guy that you're responsible for and I'm doing all the heavy lifting in terms of babysitting him.
Okay, Krieg. Who are you going with, mom or dad?
Rodolfo interjects. My prince, I would like to point out that of these two fine kindred that are offering to accept the tradition of accounting for this child, one of them is Camarilla, and the other is an anarch. Perhaps it would be best if the young Krieg were brought into the Camarilla. And then Timothy Hale says, perhaps it would be best for the young Gangrel if he were to join the Anarchs where the rest of his clan are.
And I'm going to say, Hector's going to say out loud, I remember about 20 years ago when we were born into this new world, we were confused. We didn't know who the Camarilla or the Anarchs were or where our best fits were. We knew we had to respect our prince here. That respect came easy because he treated us all fairly, whether we were Camarilla or not. So, my prince, I would suggest that. Oh, wait, I wouldn't call him my prince, right? I would just say prince.
You can if you want. I mean, he is officially the prince of the city, even though he is not officially the prince of the parts of the city that he's not prince of anymore.
Well, I would just say prince. So,
Okay.
well, so Prince James, I would suggest that you handle this as you did with us. We turned out okay. I would suggest you give young Craig here the opportunity to make up his mind, see where he wants to stay, see where he wants to fit in best, and then make his own decision. I sure as hell, even if I take that accounting for him, I sure as hell am not going to force him to join the Anarchs, and I won't feel any ill will towards him if he decides to go Camarilla. In fact, I serve with Camarilla in the Spines of the Cactus, as you know. So,
And once
that's my
again,
suggestion.
and Prince James smiles, and once again, it seems my social experiment is working. He says that loud, like louder than the conversation he's been having. Like maybe he wants someone to hear it who is not in the room. Or maybe in the room, but not in the conversation. Okay, then, Mr. Krieg. What do you think about this? Do you even understand what we're discussing?
I believe I do. It's basically which line will hold my butt over the fire.
Well, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I would put it like this, Craig. You got to choose somebody to kind of be your big brother and be responsible for you. And that's all that means right now. You don't have to pick what organization or what, who you're going to ultimately identify with. But for now, you got to pick a coach. Of course, Jack's suggesting you share coaches.
I would be willing to accept that Jack take on the tradition of accounting. and that you, Hector, as an anarch, your sect doesn't recognize that tradition. So I'd leave it up to you whether or not you would like to take an oath to that. But
I'm only willing to do that, actually, Prince, because Craig and I have history before he even became turned. And he was part of my gym, and like I said, he was already kind of like family in that sense. So that's the only reason that I feel some kind of bond to him already. I think he trusts me.
okay, then how about it? Why don't we have a shared custody kind of deal? And he'll be the responsibility of the spines of the cactus.
Meaning he belongs to, in terms of, we're all responsible for him.
Well, I mean, it can be mostly the two of you, but yes. And I also will allow you, since he's not actually your blood, to relinquish this tradition if you find a suitable gangrel who would take care of it. Not that you have to pursue that, but if in time, it becomes a possibility and you decide that that is the right thing, then you can be relieved of your duties.
Seems like a generous offer.
In addition, in my own personal opinion, as you train him, I think you should look for some gangrel influence, maybe from Valentina or some of her people. There's going to be some things that you can't
That's
teach him
easy to-
about his own clan, about his own blood.
That should be easy to do. And as you know, my sire, Enriquez, has spent a lot of time around the gangrel himself, so he should be helpful in making that happen.
Okay, then it's decided. Craig, you are now the child of the spines of the cactus. They, though mostly Jack, who is part of the Camarilla, are taking responsibility for you. Any crimes you commit, they, especially Jack, will be punished. Make sure you listen to your new parents. We'll use that term. We use that term loosely. It doesn't exactly mean what you think it means, but it is probably the best. What's the word? Synonym? Synonym?
Analogy?
Yes, analogy. It's probably the closest thing to what we're talking about. Apparently. How do you feel, Craig? How do you feel about this
Relieved that
decision?
there's a direction to go in.
Okay. Now, if you would please wait outside. There's something we need to discuss without you for just a moment.
Alrighty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I get up and I walk out the room.
Okay, so outside the room is an attractive young blonde lady in a nice, perfectly modern, fashionable lady's suit. And she gives you a little smile. Okay, inside. So, Jack, Hector, Jessica, and I guess Mila didn't answer my summons.
I haven't been able to get in contact with her.
There's one more thing we need to discuss that is outside the usual in the sire-child dynamic. This
Yes.
child that you have just accepted is most likely the child of the Stabat. His blood may not hold true to what we understand of the Gangrel clan. He may be part of an anti-tribute bloodline. So you have to watch out. You have to be careful. If he seems untrainable, if he seems dangerous, then the harsh decision will have to be made. And if you can't make it, if you make the decision but can't enforce it, that's fine. Bring him to me. I'll do what you can't. I just
Do
want
not
to make
worry
sure that
if-
you understand the possibility that there's a monster in him that can't be tamed.
If this goes poorly and that comes to light, we will take care of it.
Okay.
I will take care of it.
Okay. Does anyone else on the council have any words of advice for our young spines of the cactus? No, not really. Dr. Stevens says it. No, not really. No. Okay. And you guys are free to leave.
If I may, before we go, I would like us to discuss the matter of the previous night, if at all possible, now that the Camarilla is all here.
Oh, yes. The potential for the lupine is actually a very good thing to discuss.
Yes.
Okay, and Timothy
First,
Hale leans forward, puts his chin on his hands. So, what other evidence do you have of a lupine, or was that all? This was the Assamites' blood sorcery. What's her name? Mila.
Mila. She is not here currently, but she confirmed that some of the blood in that room was of a supernatural nature that was not kindred. And then combining that with Krieg's memories of two shifting wolf humanoids engaged in sparring, to me that seems to indicate that the other one was likely
And Dr. Stevens
a
says,
lupine. That is all that we
most
have to go
likely.
on currently.
Most likely, but keep your mind open for the allowance of something else. But yes, most likely it was a lupine. What bothers me the most, Dr. Stevens says.
What's weird to me, though,
What's that, Hector?
what was weird to me was that Craig described the battle ending with the one that didn't appear to be an actual werewolf winning. And from everything that we've heard about werewolves, they're much, much stronger. And one-on-ones is not something that you'd normally win against a werewolf. So that gives me a little pause to believe that it was a wolf. Or a lupine.
Is anyone aware of any alternative explanation that is not kindred? Any other creature that could change its shape into a wolf?
And Dr. Stevens says there are a few other creatures with similar abilities. Fairies may have this ability. The changelings, demons, like the one that you encountered 20 years ago. It's.
Well, I think
I'm
Mila
not
said. I
saying
think
that
Mila
I'm
said it wasn't a
aware
demon.
that they can. Oh, she's aware. Okay, I guess she would. She tasted that demon, didn't she? It is most likely a lupine. I just want to make sure that your minds aren't closed off to the possibility of it being something else.
Understandable.
Always be suspicious.
Who's saying? Wait, who's saying that?
This is Dr.
Timothy is. Oh, it's Dr. Stevens. Okay.
Proceeding with a line of inquiry under the assumption that it is a lupine, this presents the possibility of a Sabbat-lupine alliance of an unknown scale.
Yes, it does.
Based on the residence they were in and the fact that this was in our territory and the recent events with the Sabbat, the fracturing, the likelihood that this is at small scale or at large scale, I would say it's more likely that this is a smaller scale partnership if it is, but it's hard to say.
Well, a large-scale partnership between the Lupines and the Sabbat, or us for that matter, is... I'm not going to say... This is Timothy Hale, by the way. I'm not going to say that it never happens, but it has happened so few times that there's recorded history of it.
I believe there are circumstances of today's age that could increase the likelihood, that being the Second Inquisition. That could push all kinds of forces that have traditionally been enemies to become temporary allies. As the adage goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, with that in mind, unknowing of the possible scale, though most likely it's at small scale, how should we attempt to deal with this as a Camarilla?
And Dr. Stevens says, the one thing that has me wonder if it is a lupine is his description of this demon wolf. The gangrel of these two should have been the real wolf. There's no, or at least not that I'm aware of, there is no power amongst the Protean discipline to shapeshift into something of your imagination.
Well,
and from what I'm aware of, the lupines also transform themselves into a wolf. It should have been two wolves, not a wolf and a monstrous demonic wolf. That sounds different to me.
Well,
Can you tell us more about these fairies? If it was a fairy, would that make the monstrous demonic wolf more of a probable situation?
I don't know, Dr. Stevens says. I have very little knowledge on the changelings, but I can look into it.
it's also
There are a few older than I that I can contact and maybe get some information about. All I know is that their magic is different from ours and different from the lupines. So, maybe they can.
I think we should also take into account, though, the state that Krieg was in. Audio and visual hallucinations are not out of the question based on his circumstances. So, though it is evident that he would have no reason to be anything but truthful, I believe we should also take his testimony with a grain of salt as to how much intelligence we can accurately rely upon.
I want to switch.
I think it is safe to say that.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and finish your thought. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is safe to say, though, that those who were there will not be returning, and it is of our interest to be able to locate where they have changed their location.
Mm-hmm. Well, it may have
so
only
I believe
been
that should be
one safe house of many as well.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to change to outside the room, where Craig is with this attractive woman. This attractive blonde woman. Let me mark. I'm going to put her... I was intending for her to be in the room, but now it looks like she's not going to be. So I'm just going to put her here. Okay. So she looks at you and says... she looks at Craig and says, "Can you describe for me a little better the black demonic wolf that you saw?" How did it?
Craig pauses.
How did it
He
transform?
looks.
Did its clothes fall away, or did its clothes change with it? You can't recall that. If you want to try and recall that, make
no.
me an intelligence and resolve roll. You're going to need 3 successes to try and
Okay,
sort through your own mind.
let me find it. Intelligence.
And resolve.
Okay. Intelligence. Resolve, and then I just hit the modifier 0?
Yeah, modifier 0. Yep.
Okay, hopefully it comes out right, because I didn't get a request to do anything with the modifier. Did it come?
I don't see anything. Oh, do you have... Wait, did it work? Did it just work? Something worked. There you go.
Something.
Yep, you got 3 successes. Okay. So yeah, you're struggling and you're piecing it together. And you remember the one that turned into the black wolf. When he turned back into a person, he walked over and recollected his clothes. The other one, the one that turned into the pretty wolf, kept his clothes when he transformed back into a person.
So do I tell her that, or did you just tell her that?
You need to tell her that.
Okay. You know what? Now that I think about it, the black wolf, the clothes came off. Because when he transformed back, he actually had to regather his clothes. But the white one, they were already on him when he went into a human form.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Craig. I hope the rest of your unlife turns out to be as... Well, I hope you have a... be good and... Yeah, be good. And she turns away from you and goes inside the door. So she walks into the room. So you guys are talking and the door opens and she enters the room. And everybody gets quiet. Whatever conversation you guys were in the middle of immediately stops. Everybody's eyes go on her. Even the primogen, even the prince, everybody's eyes go on her. They seem nervous that she walked into the room.
Do I recognize this person?
You do not. Prince James, I do believe you are dealing with a lupine, she says. Okay, and let me write her name on her picture. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. I forgot her name, so I gotta look it up real quick. Michelle Delaney. Okay, so let me write her name on there. Have a background. Text. Red. Okay. Okay. So she says that, and he says, Thank you, Archon. And he is nervous. You've never seen Prince James nervous. He is nervous in her presence. And he says, Spines of the Cactus, I have the honor of introducing you to Archon Michelle Delaney. Archon of the... Oh, I forgot her name. I guess he's not going to say that because I forgot that too. Oh, Archon of the Justicar Lucinda. And she stands where she is, folds her hands, and looks over at you guys. You're very right,
It isn't.
she says. You're very right. One lupine is easily a match for any kindred. At least any kindred of the age in this city.
It is an honor to meet you. And then I give a little bow. Thank you for arriving in this time of need.
She nods her head to your bow. I'm not here for that. But it's good I was here. Gather what information you can. If you find this lupine, don't attack unless you have to defend yourself. Gather information. Maybe they have a personal friendship. Or maybe there's something more sinister going on. There is a tribe of lupines, of werewolves, that has a more monstrous wolf form. And it fits the description that young Krieg has given us. Be extremely cautious, but find out everything you can. And that goes for the Sabbat as well, she says, and she glances over at Prince James. From what I've gathered, there should not have been a raid on this house. Not yet. Information gathering. And then she looks back at you guys. Information gathering. That's your job as a watchman coterie. Not to go to war, not to go to battle with everything you see. You are spies, not soldiers. But spies act when they find clear and evident immediate danger. That's when you become a soldier. But don't think of yourselves as soldiers, think of yourselves as spies, and you will see a lot more success. Now, Shu, we have more to discuss. And she waves her hand. And Prince James looks at you guys and nods his head like, yeah, you guys should leave. Don't piss off the Archon.
All right, we will take our leave, and I'll look at the others and start moving out.
Burrow with him, kind of giving us a slight nod of my head.
I give a sort of bow and follow along.
Okay, and you guys close the door. And they don't speak until the door closes. So, if you want to try and listen to what their conversation is, you're going to have to really try.
Nope, I don't think I'm going to try that.
You guys are aware of what an Archon is.
Hector.
At least Jack is, because he's Camarilla. But you probably have all heard of it. So, a Justicar. Each one of the clans of the Camarilla has one Justicar. That individual's job is to enforce the traditions. They travel from city to city. They have their own plans. They have their own strategies. They do their own stuff. But overall, their job is to enforce the traditions. They choose as many as they want. They hand choose their soldiers, their spies. And their spies are the Archons. So this person is in contact and works for the one single Ventru Justicar of the entire planet. So that's what an Archon is.
Gosh.
So she's here for something. Okay.
As we all walk out, Hector's gonna kind of hang back by the door a little bit behind everybody and see if he can catch something of the conversation as it starts.
Okay, go for it. Roll me wits and awareness.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The wrong thing. Wits and awareness.
Okay, you don't worry about the beast because you do have some successes. The only thing that you managed to hear, and you have to stay listening for like a whole minute in order to hear this, is her voice rise, and she says, "The anarchs in this city are growing like weeds." And then she calms back down, and you don't hear anything again. You hear like muffled words, but that you were able to hear because she rose her voice.
Okay.
No. As we get in the elevator, I think I'm gonna say, sounds like Prince James' experiment is not working as well as he would hope it would.
Well, you wouldn't have heard that. You wouldn't have heard her say that.
Yeah, only if
sorry, I
Hector
thought-
tells you. Hector has
Oh,
to tell
sorry,
you
my
what he
bad.
heard.
Yeah, I'm not saying
You guys
anything
don't
I'm
have
not-
that kind of psychic link yet, so
I'm not repeating it.
Okay, yeah. Fine.
you definitely know she's here for something. They don't come for no reason. But it could be a personal reason, a personal grudge. Also, especially Justicar Lucinda, who you guys have heard rumors of. She is hunting like pretty much the Camaria's most wanted. People who are extremely dangerous to the Camarilla and have had a blood hunt called on them and escaped. Now, there are a couple, Sabat, that you guys have had a blood hunt called on that escaped, but really were, they probably were not a big enough cause for an Archon to come. But it's possible. That's the only thing that comes to mind.
All right, so let's do it. So Hector would say then he would ask Jack, because Mila's not around as well to ask her, but he would ask Jack, why would the Archon be here? Do you think?
Well, if it's not for the lupines, maybe it could be in relation to demons or some kind of internal problem.
So, Janina missed some of this.
Well,
so
Milo
you
would
guys
know a
can-
demon.
Yeah, there you go. Try to include her and try to make sure she catches up on what she missed. That's what I'm saying.
But this is happening as we're in the elevator, like getting out of there, not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
try-
Jessica didn't miss it. Janina's just trying to catch up.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, all right. So you're trying to catch up. Then it's basically we get called into Prince James. He asked us to explain what happened with Craig and kind of take on. He asked who wants to take the basically a responsibility for Craig. And so Jack stepped up. Then Hector stepped up because he has the previous relationship with him. From
If
the
you
gym,
want to have stepped up,
and
you can as well.
probably better ability to take care of him more often because Jack basically stays with his family and everything.
No, I would have shaken my head and just no. I tried stepping up. He doesn't want to be protected. You guys deal with him, because yeah.
Well, the other thing that you missed is the prince heard us talking, and then he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna make him the responsibility of the entire spines of the cactus." But then he kept saying, especially Jack. So he keeps making it like, as far as he's concerned, if Craig screws up, the Camarilla is gonna mostly blame Jack. But he's kind of the group's responsibility now.
course.
And any of this is subject to change later if we find somebody who's a suitable full-time. And the prince said that he prefers, or he would like for us to try to find a suitable gangrel. Then on our way out, there was like, so this Archon lady shows up. Were you there for the explanation of that?
Just that she's really that
She's high up.
Yeah, that she's really high up.
She's the number one Ventru, I think, is the sense I get.
She works for the number one Ventru.
For the entire
She
Camarilla.
works for the number one. Yeah.
She works for the number one Ventru enforcer.
So that makes her number 2.
Well,
No,
they have
not
more
number
than-
2, but
not
yeah,
necessarily.
she's like
She
an
could maybe-
agent.
Yeah, she's an agent.
She could be the number one's number 1.
Yeah, she could be the number one's number 1. But she also might be the number one's number 20. You don't know how
Okay.
many.
Well, she's
there's
high
no
up.
rule on how many Archons they can make. So
Okay.
So anyway, based on what Craig told her, his description of the two wolves, she believes it's a lupine. And they're thinking it could be a specific kind of lupine that can change into demon wolves.
Okay.
And then also certain Sabbat that have powers to change into wolves that they think they might know, but they're going to fill us in after they do a little more research, I guess. And in the meantime, she cautioned us to be more of spies than soldiers. Look for information on this instead of try to confront. And then on our way out, Hector kind of hung back and caught something, and that's kind of what he's exploring with Jack right now. So he asked, what do you think the Archon's doing here? And that's what Jack responded. The way he did, like, different possibilities. And then I guess then Hector after that would mention, well, on our way out, I kind of caught some of her first words, and she seems to be concerned with the number of anarchs growing in this city.
Yeah.
Oh.
So remember that guy? Remember that gang that was outside your? The whole reason why we took Craig back to my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're associated with that, and it's probably part of the problem.
those are they said that they were putting that they were starting their own Watchman coterie, working for Vincent. That's what they told you. So
Yeah.
they'll be anarchs.
What did they say they were named again?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It was
I-
something really.
Did they
cheesy
have
and
a name?
stupid.
Oh, they did have a name.
Yeah,
I remember.
they had a name.
So I'm sure I have it written down because the Blood Moon Pact.
Yeah.
The Blood Moon.
If that
I'll
doesn't
run
tell
that
you
by.
anything.
I'll run that by Enriquez and see what I can find out about them.
Enriquez isn't really big on Vincent's side of the anarchs. He still might know, but
Right.
he's not really big on Vincent's side of the anarchs. He's more.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I
Valentinus kinda
expect
guy.
him to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I expect him to kind of have the ear of what's going on with the Bruja in the city, but also give it to me straight.
Give it to you street.
Yep.
Straight.
Okay. Well, everybody gets one experience, and I did put on your guys' experience from last time, and this can be the end of our first story, but that's up to you. If you guys want to stop it here, and then we'll pick up, in game, a few weeks later with whatever the next thing starts happening, or if you want to, continue investigating the house. I'm not sure if there's any leads that you can have, but if you want to attempt to do that, then we can throw in a fourth session. It's up to you. If you want this story to be over. This story was pretty much
Well,
just an introduction to the goings on, and also that the Archon arrived.
I wouldn't mind trying to investigate the stuff a little bit more. That's my vote.
Okay, there's also some talk with Toreador Primogen that we haven't had.
Yes, also that.
So yeah, I think there might be enough room to put in a fourth session to this first story. So, okay, why don't we do that then? Yep, one experience, and I don't know. You guys want to one by one talk about what you think happened in the court today?
I think they were trying to decide whether they needed to kill Craig on the spot.
I think they're trying to figure out what's happening behind the scenes because everything is like a puppet pulling a puppet, pulling a puppet. So I think they're trying to figure out, okay, so this thing with Krieg is weird. And if there is something happening where werewolves are getting together with vampires, then something else is going on, and they're trying to figure out what's at the bottom of it. And that's probably what they're trying to want us to get out there and figure it out. But I don't even know where to start, like, investigating.
I think they're just with the knowledge I have that we have now of why there's so many anarchs. I think they're trying to figure out whether or not they need to get rid of Prince James because it seems like things are sort of falling apart. And from the outside, at least from a Camarilla perspective, it just looks like things are going horribly. More stable when you're on the inside. So I think this is to sort of see, like, Prince James, what is happening? To stay Prince, or should we
along
replace
those lines,
you?
that's what.
Like he's under administrative review.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a performance review.
And if we take that thought further, right? Because what was kind of messing with me a little bit when I heard the statement from her, I'm like, wait, you're focusing on the anarchs when, the whole power battle doesn't seem to be coming from Vincent so much as Goldman, right? That seems to be the guy that's most like interested in the. I don't know. So to me, I'm thinking this is the thing that Hector would start to kind of suspect and maybe throw out there in our talks is if this lady is coming talking about the anarchs are getting out of control, and we've all seen that when James is in, with James in control, Vincent's actually kind of subdued. Then who would be the person putting those nasty little thoughts and those feelers out there outside? Who would stand to gain from trying to spread rumors that James is losing control?
Yeah. Like,
So-
who even let them know that there might be an issue, right?
Exactly.
It was Goldman. Duh.
Yep.
So you guys want to like sneak in over to Cruces and just investigate him?
I don't know about that.
You certainly can. We're gonna have a lot of freedom to do on the next one while we try and wrap up the. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, so you got a couple of weeks to think about it. How about you, Jimmy? What do you think's going on, like with the overall in the court that they had with Krieg, about the situation, about the lupine, and now with the Archon? What do you think is going on?
Well, I would think that they would be trying to narrow down who the werewolf that one was, because they said none this old in the city. So I'm assuming that they're keeping an eye, I would hope they're keeping an eye on the older, more powerful vampires and trying to figure out which one actually did that, which one was strong enough to come to the city and be able to tussle with another werewolf. But the thing that didn't make sense though is, did we ever say how old the two men looked?
They both looked like they were in their mid-20s, but no, I don't think
That would matter. Vampires don't age.
Right, vampires don't age.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
They both look
for
like
a
they were
general
in their
description, they
mid-20s.
would still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like for a general description, like, okay, how long? Because they still describe people by how old they would look. It wouldn't mean anything as far as identifying them, but they would still be like, okay, how old does this person look? And they try to narrow it down from there. Maybe
No, they did not ask you for specifics on the appearance of either of them as a person.
Oh,
So
okay.
take that for what you will, but they didn't ask you for that information. Okay, any other questions as we wrap this up?
Nope.
How do you? Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, like, where does it say? Because I'm looking through the document. I'm just trying to see where it says that the experience or how you spend experience or how experience works.
Tab on
Okay.
the top.
Yeah. Did you record your experience? You should be at 3 now. On both categories.
Oh, okay.
Overall, and that is on your character sheet under like blood and experience or something like that. Down on the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, no, I was looking at that.
Yeah, there are two different things. One of them is your total, as you always want to raise that. And then the other is what you have currently to spend on stuff. So as you spend stuff,
Okay.
then that pool goes down, but you always want to have your, the total that you've ever earned also there recorded. So yeah,
All right.
there is in the general chat in the pin, the very first thing. So you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Is like a character creation guide, and in there is the experience chart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I found it.
All right, cool. Okay, any questions? We can shut this off.
Good.
Okay, thank you for watching, and we will stop recording. And